Greetings, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Phightins Final here on the Edge of Philly Sports tonight. Again, with your boy Matty B, double duty here over the last two nights, and August all is well. It ends well, right? Three-game losing streak is now in the rear view. Phillies bats wake up in a big way tonight. 9-4 winners over the Toronto Blue Jays, salvaging a game of the two-game set. Uh, now back over 11 games over 500 and now on their way to a day off before heading down to DC and the Nationals, another bottom feeder, which I guess is coming at the right time for this team. Tonight, a lot of good positive signs. I came on the show last night and pretty much lambasted this team for its lack of offensive production, lack of hitting with runners in scoring position, and lack of just about any kind of heartbeat at this time of the season. And tonight they responded in a big way over a pitcher that really was not the one that you would want to have to face heading into a game like this when you're struggling. Kevin Gossman, who is a very good pitcher, around a 3 ERA in the league, is a strikeout pitcher. But the Phillies handled their business tonight against him and the rest of the Toronto Blue Jay pitching staff and took care of what they had to do. 9-4 winners in a big way offensive tonight. Bryce Harper, obviously your number one star of the evening, 2 home runs as he continues to kind of make a liar out of me, and I guess a non-believer out of me, and a man of lacking faith out of me. I don't know, but Bryce Harper definitely starting to heat up at the right period of time. Jake Cave chipped in with another home run tonight. Since his return from Lehigh Valley, it's all positives. Kyle Schwarber did get an RBI tonight, folks. That's right. Didn't get a hit, but he got an RBI. He went over 3 with a run scored and an RBI. His batting average is it's at 180. But I guess I can lay off Kyle for a night. The Phillies get the win tonight, 9-4, and let's head over to the box score into the game. Wait, hang on. Let Walter's chiming in. Walter says I blasted Kyle on a post for striking out twice, and he walks and scores then a sac fly. Walter, is that what your 5.8 whatever $1 million a year he's making a season is buying you? A walk and a sac fly? Come on, Walter. Let's set our sights a little bit higher. You got it. I mean, listen, he made positive contact with the ball tonight. He did strike out, but he did make positive contact, and he had positive, productive at bats. I will give you that. But again, it's batting 180, and no hits. He did get the RBI and the walk, but I don't. I'm not in the business anymore with this guy Walter of accepting these small wonders in the world. No, I want what my money's paying for, and that's a guy that makes contact with the ball to all fields. Now, Kyle Schwarber has proven he is not that type of player. But I'm not going to jump back on his train and say, oh, all is right with Kyle Schwarber after one night of a sac fly and a walk. It's going to take a hell of a lot more to get me back, Walter. But I hear your point. Productive at bats for tonight for Kyle Schwarber for the most part. Let's head over to the box score now and talk some Phillies Blue Jays. The scoring tonight, the Phillies got it going early. Jake Cave, who did have himself a night, would get the scoring happening in the second inning when he would sac fly Castellanos in to make it 1-0. But then the Blue Jays would answer right back in the bottom of the second as Varsho would homer a 2-run jack to make it 2-1. Nola's 30th home run of the year that he has surrendered. We'll get to Nola in a second. Then Bryce Harper with his first of his multiple home run night in the third inning, a solo shot, tying it up at 2. But then Craig Biggio would single to right, knocking in 2 runners, making it 4-2. Castellanos in the 5th. We get the Phillies back in this thing, doubling in Kyle Schwarber to make it 4-3. And then Harper would score on an error on the next play, a weird play to first base. Harper would score and Castellanos would score, making it 5-4 on an error at the first base side of the diamond. And then Schwarber would sac fly in Realmuto, making it 6-4. Bohm knocks in Cave, making it 7-4. Cave would then homer in the 8th, 8-4, and then Harper with the old cherry on the top, 9-4, with the home run, his second of the night in the 9th inning. Bryce Harper on the night, 3-for-4, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, 2 homers, a walk. Average now is hovering in that 290 range, 291 to be precise. Nick Castellanos 2-for-5 with two runs and an RBI. Jake Cave, the aforementioned, 2-for-3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs. The home run, he did strike out once. And Alec Bohm, a 1-for-5 tonight with an RBI and a strikeout. So those are your big numbers. Obviously, Bryce Harper is the man of the hour tonight. as he continues to really, I guess, finally kind of break out of his shell and round out a form coming back from that ACL or Tommy John surgery. I'm talking ACL, Tommy John surgery that he had back in November. So all signs are really pointing well towards Bryce Harper as he begins to round into form here in late August, which was what you want, I guess. For the Phillies on the night, 9 runs on 11 hits. The Blue Jays, 4 runs with 5 hits and an error. On the pitching standpoint, Nola does get the win. He lasted only 5. They were very good, kind of 5 innings. He struck out 7 and gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. They were earned. Walked 4, struck out 7. Did give up that 30th home run of the year. Matt Strahm, Craig Kimbrell, and Greg Soto would come on and mop up roles for the Phillies. And on the Blue Jays side, Kevin Gossman does suffer the loss. 9-7 now on the season, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 7 runs. The Phillies tacked him for. 5 of them were earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 1 home run. To note, the Phillies only struck out as a team tonight 6 times. Thanks be to Jesus, man. Finally, a night where the Phillies did not strike out in the double-digit mark. It marks the first time in about a week that the Phillies haven't struck out in double digits. The last time that they pulled off that feat was against the Minnesota Twins. When was that? Last Friday night. And I kid you not, folks. Last Friday night was the last time the Phillies did not strike out in double digits. So tonight, again, another positive sign. For the Phillies pitching staff tonight, they did K11 Blue Jays on the night and only gave up 4 walks. So again, a positive night based on how things have been. For the Phillies, also 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Praise be to Jesus once again. They bounce back from the 0 for that they've been on for the last couple 3 nights, and they go 500 with runners in scoring position for them tonight, which is outstanding. I'll take it any day. So it's a great thing as I mentioned again. All positive signs for the Phillies tonight in their victory. Walter says Jake Cave had a game though. Yeah, he did. He had the second best game of the night. If it hadn't been for Bryce Harper, we'd be talking all about Jake Cave tonight. But definitely Cave providing the sparks were needed, and then obviously Harper providing the power were needed. So again, he did have a great night tonight. Ellis checking in with a nice win. It is nice win, Ellis, against a quality opponent, and that's I think we shouldn't understate that. The Toronto Blue Jays are a quality opponent, and now the Phillies have an opportunity, and it is an opportunity. They're going to go to DC, hopefully continue to get healthy now. Take advantage of the next 3 games. They got a day off tomorrow. They're going to travel to DC against the Nationals. And then they're going to welcome in the Giants, Cardinals, and the Angels over the next couple week and a half or so. So we got to pad this, right? We got to handle our business. We got to handle our business as we come down the stretch road into September against teams like the Nationals, which they're going to see on Friday. So it's a good win for the team tonight. It's definitely a good win. And you know what else is a good win, folks? And that's the EOP lineup. Every night on the Edge of Philly Sports, you guys got something. It's for something for everyone. I definitely say if you can't find it on EOP, it's not sports related. Tonight you had the draft show, Party on Broad, Philly Press Box Radio, Edge of Philly Sports Live, the flagship show, and then me fighting it up with the Phightins Final. Tomorrow, the Locker Room Sports with Mike Laro. It's the debut show, so make sure you're checking that out tomorrow at 7 o'clock, Tacking Third, and then Eagles postgame, Eagles Browns postgame will be coming at you later on tomorrow night, and then the rest of the stuff we have on the lineup tonight for the rest of the week here on the Edge of Philly Sports. And don't forget, if you want to travel like the pros, they already got it. Here's one that we're told to kind of center on, and that's the Philly Sports trip down to Tampa on September the 22nd through the 26th to catch the Birds and the Bucks on Monday Night Football. Hollis Thomas, Vince Papali, and David Akers will be on that trip. So make sure you're heading over to phillysportstrips.com about that one. And of course, the rest of the Phillies trips that they have, the Eagles trips that they have for the season coming up. And don't forget the Phillies trip next summer out to London. And I guess they're starting to get together the Phillies spring training trip next year. So head over to phillysportstrips.com and make sure you're checking out everything they have to offer. Because if you want to travel like the pros, look no further than Philly Sports Trips. Look, around the league tonight, let's take a look at some of the games that we had, the schedule, the scores, whatever you want to call it, on tap in Major League Baseball tonight on this Wednesday evening here in mid-August. games that are currently ongoing: the Angels 2-0 in the bottom of the ninth over the Rangers. Top of the ninth, the White Sox over the Cubs 3-1. Top of the eighth, 4-4, Mariners and Royals. End of the sixth is Padres 3-2 over the Orioles. Out there in LA in the bottom of the first, 1-0 Dodgers over the Brewers. Games that have gone final: 8-7 Tigers over Twins. Mets 8-3 winners over the Pirates. The Diamondbacks 9-7 over the Rockies. Braves 6-1 over the Giants. Reds 7-2 over the Guardians. The Astros over the Marlins 12-5. There you go. Athletics 8-0 over the Cardinals. The Red Sox or the Nationals 6-2 over the Red Sox, and then the Braves beat the Yankees 2-0. And that is your scores for your Wednesday evening around Major League Baseball. Quick peek at the standings, updated as of now. Phillies 66-55, 11 games over 500, holding very solidly in that second place spot in the NL East. Now 12 and a half games behind the Atlanta Braves. Marlins are 4 games behind the Phillies, or 3.5, sorry, behind the Phillies in third place, and the rest of the division is pretty much dead in the water. The wild card race in the National League is the one everybody wants to know about. Phillies 2 games now ahead of the San Francisco Giants for that number 1 spot, wild card related. Then you got the Giants, the Marlins, the Reds. Cubs are hanging around at only a half game. The Diamondbacks a game and a half. And then I think it's almost safe to say maybe in about another 10 days, if the Padres can't get closer to the 5 games, it might be time to stick a fork in the San Diego Padres, but they're still kind of out there, 5 games off the pace in the National League for the wild card. And there's your updated scores and standings on this Tuesday or Wednesday night. So there you go. Jeff says, I gladly take back about losing this. I gladly take back about losing this game tonight. Why couldn't they do this last night? Jeff, you could ask that same question for every single night in the season. Why can't they come back, and be consistent every night? And why do we have to wait for this? Why does it have to get bad before it gets good with this team? They go out and they lose 3 in a row, and they finally string one together. That's not consistency, though, Jeff. I mean, we want to see this type of effort every night, as your little blurb alludes to. I don't know the question or the answer to that question. If I did, wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be down in South Philly somewhere. But I don't know. I guess you just gotta hold on, hope that they're going to eventually figure this out. I know a lot of the talk lately has been around Phillies beating up on lesser opponents and bottom feeder type teams, and then struggling against the higher class teams in the National League. And that is a stark contrast to what the Phillies were last year. If you guys remember this, the Phillies were actually ripping it up against the higher class teams in the National League last year, and then kind of struggling against the lower class teams. So we all saw how that formula worked for the Phillies. Got them to a World Series. I'm not necessarily sure how this one's going to work, but they got to flip flop it, right? Or we got to find some level of consistency between both the bad teams and the good teams in order for this team to be competitive on a night to night basis. But it is something that's definitely been frustrating all season long. Way to come back and win this game tonight after losing the lead twice. Glad he didn't leave Nola in too long. Yeah, 5 innings. As I said, Nola pitched okay. He did give up the home run, his 30th of the year, which, god damn, man. 30 home runs for a number 2, or I guess he's actually considered the ace of this staff. Wow. I don't think he's going to get that contract here next year, but good fight tonight. Good fight in the Phillies. An interesting win, a good win, a needed win. Definitely helps this team as they move into a day off tomorrow before heading down to DC on Friday. And yeah, so let's head over to Matty B's old stat sheet, because I like to talk about the stat sheet because it's my fun. It's my way of kind of relieving some stress. But last night it was been negative stuff about some of the things the Phillies haven't been doing well. I mentioned the offers over the last few games with comes to runners in scoring position. Tonight 4 for 8. On the season now with runners in scoring position, the Phillies are 257 for 986. Not a good average. It's about 258 batting average, somewhere in there. It definitely has to be better. But they're getting the runs. The Phillies now have scored 562 runs on the season versus giving up 518 runs, and that's about closing in on 5 runs a game, and that's about where you want to be in Major League Baseball. And they're giving up around 4 runs a game, so you got that run differential and everything going for them. So the runs have never really been a problem for this team, and they continue to not be. So that's good. For the month of August, now the Phillies are 9-6 for the month. So that is pretty much going to wrap me up tonight. Let's get back over here and pay some more than these bills. Dolan's Bar and Grill, 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park, PA. Quizzo, music, great times, memorabilia giveaways. You never know who might walk through the front door down there at Dolan's, so give them a shot. Tomorrow night would be a great time to go there. Watch some Eagles football, Eagles Browns preseason action. I think it's tomorrow night. And if you're in need of workman's compensation, motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or criminal law questions, Dave Cherry at 610-565-0300 is the man you got to give a call to. Great. If you're looking for tickets for sports, concerts, and theater events, it's and great prices, no hidden fees. Cherry Ticket Town at www.cherrystickets.com. Family owned and operated since 1946. Save an additional 10% when you enter the promo code EOP10. Whew. And again, that's going to wrap me up tonight, folks. Big time win tonight for the Phillies as they showed some heart, they showed some character, they showed some life, and they showed some offense. 11 hits, 9 runs, 3 home runs tonight. The follow up on the 17 home run effort from last week. But you know what? I'll take it. We got to get this thing going in a more consistent way. And hopefully, and I've been saying this since March 30th, but hopefully tonight is the night that happens. Tomorrow, day off before the scene will shift down to DC. And let's talk that series a little bit right now. On a Friday night, Michael Lorenzen, that's right, my main man, Mr. No-Hitter himself, will take the mound, and he'll be opposed by Joan Adon of the Nationals. So Michael Lorenzen getting his first start since the no-hitter on Friday night in DC. So definitely, hopefully, another quality late inning-eating start for Michael Lorenzen. I'm not expecting a no-hitter, but 7 innings would be great. Yeah, definitely would be awesome. Steve chimes in with gotta love Mr. Shutdown inning, Aaron Nola. Yeah, well, you know what? He is what he is right now, Steve, and there's no denying that. Don't know what his role is going to be going forward in the postseason. I'm not really sure of that. It is going to be one of those stories that people are going to be talking about. Where does he fit in the postseason rotation? Where does he fit in the rotation of the future? All those questions are going to be answered in time as we get down the stretch run of this. But you got to, 7 strikeouts. He pitched well in stretches, still cannot stay away from the damn home run. That's Aaron Nola's legacy for me, of course, this year is the home run and the meltdown inning. Stayed away from that for the most part tonight. He did get in a little trouble, but you know what? It's an interesting situation about Aaron Nola and where his role with his team in the future of this season fits in. And again, we'll have to wait and see that as we move down the stretch. And Walter's wishing Topper a happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. Celebrated in Canada today. That's right. Hey, I just realized that. Celebrated that in his native land. So happy birthday, Rob Thompson. And thank you for the win. So from me to you out there, please make sure there will be no Phightins Final, of course, tomorrow night. But make sure you're back with us on Friday night. I think it's Big Al or Pat. I'm not sure. It's not me, I can tell you that much. But it'll be one of them two bringing you some Phillies Nationals. I'll be seeing you, I think, on Sunday again from Williamsport. Well, I won't be in Williamsport, but the Phillies will be as they get the 7 o'clock game against the Nationals from the Little League World Series in Williamsport on Sunday. So if you're in the Williamsport area, and why wouldn't you be? Head on over there and check out some Phillies Nationals and check out the media team who fell tonight, by the way, to the Texas team out there in the Little League World Series. A really good game. They lost like 2-1, but they're still alive. I think they're still alive in the tournament, but they did lose tonight. But a great story. The boys from media making their name known in the Little League World Series. So head over there, check them out, check out the Phillies and Nationals, and then check me out on Sunday night as I come back with you for the Phightins Final. And then don't forget Friday and Saturday for the Phightins Final as well. Till we talk again, Harry the K, you know what I need. Give it to me, man.
He had high hopes. He had high hopes. He had high apple pie in the sky.